Well, it's not Emperor's Children, but I ain't upset either. Hello, my name's Blake, and let's go through the new 40k reveals. I'm here today in Atlanta at the Warhammer Championships in my imagination, and it smells exactly how you'd expect. Like Nurgle's gamer chair juice. Disgusting. But with the Warhammer Championships on GW, they have now come out with the new reveals for the codexes of two armies. The Astra Militarum with the Death Corps of Krieg, and the Eldari with the Phoenix Lords. Do you know you are doing an interesting thing where they are giving sub-factions or smaller organizations in a faction some spotlight? We went from the Night Lords with their Kill Team box, which now has a data sheet for 40k tabletop, by the way. And then we went from Death Company for the Blood Angels, and now Death Corps of Krieg and the Phoenix Lords. This means that they have now created an avenue where they can show off some of the smaller side factions. Out of all the factions that there are, who would you like to see get the spotlight in a new mini range? I'll leave mine in the comments and I'll have a look at yours as well. But this could be interesting, potential future for GW, and showing that they can give all sub-factions some love to keep every fan happy. Impossible, I know, but they at least have a financial incentive to do so. I don't believe anyone that says they won't make an army about their sub-faction or their faction because it's not popular enough. Bullshit. GW have this insane talent combined with a large enough fan base in making anything unknown or not well known enough to be given a small spotlight, and then have people demanding trial by combat just to have a go at them. Do you honestly think that if GW brought out a squad box of some unknown guard regiment or a really obscure Space Marine chapter that people wouldn't sell somebody else's pancreas just to be in the line to pre-order it? Look at what happened with the Nemesis Claw Kill Team box, and now it's been 40k tabletop approved. I'm not sure if I mentioned that because I can't find these depressed boys anywhere!
Remember your pressure point. 21,000.
On top of that, thanks to Space Marine 2, GW came out and announced to their investors that they're betting to make about $150 million in profit, 30 million more than last year, and that this kind of jump in sales hasn't happened since 10th edition was announced years ago. GW has us by the balls and they know it. Anyways, on to the releases. We finally have some beautiful Krieg minis. For the men that reached 35 and chose to be obsessed about the world wars instead of being into cars and making your own jerky, you should be pretty happy now. Unless you're some sort of behemoth of a man into all three of them. But yeah, new minis, which is good because the mediocre minis they've had for Krieg before has always been sold out, or when the Kill Team box came out, people just ignored the fact that it was Kill Team and just brought them out anyways and put them on the tabletop for 40k. And I think GW may have also seen all the 3D prints online and they were like, yeah, we're missing out here. So yeah, let's go have a look at their first lot of minis. Krieg Riders with their mutant tiger horses. They look sufficiently amazing, especially compared to their other minis at the moment. They're also going to be made out of mainstream plastic. They'll be carrying las carbines, spears, and then their power swords. And the horses also have an AP1 claw attack. Because...
What are those?
And also, that's just to point out, that does more AP damage than the knives carried by a Space Marine. Ever since I saw this animation by Sodaz, I was just like, yeah, we need some more of these mutant horses. Next, we've got the heavy artillery. So obviously, Krieg excel in siege warfare. And with this heavy artillery, you'll get the 4 options of heavy mortar, quad launcher, multiple rocket launcher, and the siege cannon. Next, we've got the Krieg Combat Engineers, which I can only assume that means that they have something against engineers and hunt them down on the battlefield with the race car remote mine.
I'm faster than fast, quicker than quick. I am lightning.
Now we have the creme de la creme, the Lord Marshal Dreyer himself, doing a better job than the Lord Solar Leontis. Look at that stupid helmet. This guy says, bring them here so I can hit them with my sword. Whereas this guy says, you'd be lucky to get the sword. With him astride his horse of ES819, or as I like to call him, Easy Boy.
Easy boy.
Who has fallen several times in battle, but the Lord Marshal keeps insisting that they keep bringing him back. And I love the fact that he's going to have the rule tough to kill for that reason. When the lore matches with the game, it's just so good, because that just... when it connects with the lore in the game, it just feels like you're actually like immersing yourself into the world, which I really appreciate. He'll be carrying his blade Saber of Sacrifice. He also gives devastating wounds on a charge, so you definitely want him leading the Krieg Mutant Boys. Even though I'll never play guard, this just looks like a super fun mini to paint. And like, even though I love Krieg from the memes and the shovelness, at the same time, because I've just appreciate them so much, I'm probably going to get this box anyways. Now we've got the new command squad with a commissar leading them, as it fucking should be. Then you got a chem warfare specialist, aka their medic, and a nice little servo skull. I love servo skulls, obviously. And then you got your heavy weapon squad, similar to the one that's already existing, but now they have a hemi flamer because that's metal as fuck. Also, please let me know if I'm missing something, because I'm not sure why they don't have any battle line or basic troopers for Krieg in this release. Maybe they expect people to bring in the kill team from 40k, and that will be good enough. My reasoning is because Krieg are all about pouring on the firepower, and the body is substituting as body bags for the soldiers that are still alive. If there is a clear answer, I'm just not seeing it on their website. But I also saw them in the pictures as well, so please comment them down what they are specifically. Because personally, if it's not Space Marines, I could give a shit, but I want to learn more about the other factions and their model range. They will also be bringing out a new Astra Militarum combat patrol box with some of the existing minis. Looks sick and should be good for you casual World War II enjoyers. Apparently, some armies are also going to be getting new downloads that are future-proofed for different sub-armies like that at tournament level. Chaos detachments and Deathwatch, apparently. Yeah, really. Well, we'll see what's in that one. I think it's because they've also annoyed the Deathwatch fans a lot. Yeah, we know. A bunch of new minis for Sigma, Old World, and Horus Heresy is getting some tanks, flyers, and Dreadnought variants. Not sure about them, but go check them out if you're into that. Only one I was kind of keen to look out for was Horus Heresy. And now for the old dears that have been waiting since the 90s for some updated minis.
It's been 84 years.
For the Knife Ears of Eldari. I will be honest in glossing over these. It's not that I don't think they look awesome, and I'm not excited for you Eldar fans. It's just that I don't know enough about them or play them enough to be excited about them, but I'm still going to try and appreciate it and give you some news. So obviously the Phoenix Lords are the leaders of their aspects, which from I've read is like Japan having specific combat temples, and that each of these boxes will have like their temple shrines, and I'm guessing that will come into play however you use them. Yeah. So first off, we have the Fire Dragons, looking awesome with their fusion guns and flamers. And then we've got Old Mate over here, who's already been revealed. Apparently, I didn't know this, but he's got the best melter in the game at Strength 14, Damage D6, Melter 6. I didn't even know a gun like that existed. Next, we got the Swooping Hawks, which make me want to bring out my anti-fly weapons just to be safe. And then you got Baharoth leading them, looks pretty sick, carrying the Fury of the Tempest Blade, whatever that means. You got Azuman, looks pretty awesome with his twin shuriken pistols named the Bloody Sisters. Now, not caring about Eldar that much, but I can still recognize that's a sick name. And I had to double take the stats for his sword. The Sword of Azuman. 6 attacks at Strength 6, AP 3, Damage 3. I think I'm playing the wrong army. I just love this guy's sculpted banner on his back because it just gave me this scene in my head. Last one, we've got the Warp Spiders led by Lycus, the Warp Spider Phoenix Lord. If she has a book, I might have to read it. She is unquestionably the sickest looking one to me. If I ever have to buy an Eldar model that wasn't Harlequins or Drukhari,
Well, you're right.
then it would be this one. Their new codex will come with several new detachment rules for the Eldar. Interesting thing as well, Harlequins and Drukhari are all going to be in this book, which means it's going to be a big book. New codex with several new detachment rules for the Eldar. Wind Rider host, the Eldar War host, and the Harlequin host, and the Unari detachment. Now, I listened to the reveal preview because that's where I got all this info from. But what they said was that the Harlequins and Drukhari are now in this codex as well, which I do find interesting because that's going to be a big book. And if I ever want to make Harlequins or Drukhari armies,
Well, you're right.
I have to get this book which has all of them, which I think is a decent step from GW in at least condensing the amount of books and codexes we fans would have to purchase. And obviously the biggest change that they're doing is Strands of Fate has now changed to something called Battle Focus. Thank fuck for that. Finally, a nerf that was needed. Strands of Fate will still be there, but only for one detachment, and it'll be changed. Aside from that, we know the next faction to get their codex and any potential upgrades or, refreshes will be the Imperial Knights. I can't wait to see what they come up with, just so that way I can live out my Pacific Rim fantasies. And still no word on Emperor's Children yet, but I'm keeping my ear out, and you can stay in this space and I'll update as we go along. So all in all, it's been a good championship reveal weekend. Hope everyone has a lovely weekend, and keep nerding away, you nerds. If you like this channel, please give us a like and subscribe and help us with the algorithm gods and get out of small channel purgatory. Next episode to be released will be the Heretic Primarch tier list, and that should be fun. And we plan on bringing out shorter factual 40k videos for those fans that just need a quick explanation about something 40k related. Oh, also, Focus Entertainment have a drawing competition for Space Marine 2. This is my submission so far. I've got to have it done soon. I'll let you know how it ends up. Please let me know what topics you want us to cover next time. And I was also told by a friend of mine that plays Eldari to post this. Hope you have an awesome day. Bye-bye.
I keep having this nagging feeling that I've forgotten something.
Hey, if you forgot it, it probably wasn't all that important.
Yeah, I guess.
For the glory of chaos!